guest was the official White House photographer under President Obama for 8 years. He has a new book out called Shade, A Tale of Two Presidents. Please welcome Pete Souza. Hi, Pete.
Hey, Pete.
So we're going to get to the book, which is fantastic, Shade, because there's a unique story, a real funny story about you looking up the word shade. But I just told you that the former president, Barack Obama, will be in town tomorrow at UIC.
And I'm in town tomorrow, too.
You're in town tomorrow?
Yeah.
You want to go take a picture of him?
Maybe I will.
As if you don't have enough pictures of him.
I have a lot of pictures of him.
1.9 million pictures of him?
1.9 million in 8 years.
Wow, what stands out the most? Like, how do you even get that job? Every photographer in the world would want that job.
Well, for me, I mean, I was lucky. I was working for the Chicago Tribune based in D.C. when he was elected to the Senate. And his first couple years in the Senate, I just spent a lot of time with him for the Tribune. So he got to know me professionally. And then in early January 2009, called to offer me this job.
No hesitation, right?
No hesitation, no.
Yeah. If President Trump called you tomorrow and offered you the job, would you take it?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Would you hesitate?
I would not hesitate.
Yeah. Tell us about this book, because you do compare the current president with the former president. You kind of show some tweets of current President Trump and basically compare it to how Barack Obama handled certain situations.
And the photos to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, really, it evolved from my Instagram feed, which I do on Instagram. Except on Instagram, I make people pay attention to what's going on in the news, because I just do my photo with my comment, and people have to figure out what I'm referring to. In the book, as you say, it's much more. I'm drawing the line between the tweet that inspired my post in the first place.
So in essence, you're throwing shade.
I'm throwing shade
Daily. Daily. And
almost daily.
when you first heard the term, you didn't know what it meant.
No, I knew what I was doing, but I just didn't know it was called throwing shade.
Yeah.
How did you find out?
I Googled it to see what it was all about. Yeah. And I go, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You're throwing shade.
So we have some pictures from the book that we want to show. First off, the inauguration, because there was so much debate on who had a bigger inauguration, and you took one of the most iconic photos of President Obama's inauguration. Tell us about that photo.
So that was on January 20th, 2009, and I was up on the dais where he was, and I was up high on a balcony to get the whole crowd. And I posted it in my book, and I just said the biggest crowd of all time at inauguration was really his inauguration in 2009.
Right.
Because he was claiming that his crowd was bigger than Obama's.
Right, right. And then another one you have where President Trump said that the White House is a dump, and you said, with your photo.
Well, I mean, the thing that upset me was there's a whole group of people that are there no matter who the president is. These are, the White House is a national park, and they make sure the White House is always spick and span. And I thought it was really a disgrace that he called the White House a dump.
Another picture that you have in the book is President Obama employing women, showing that he is obviously for equal rights.
Well, also, I think I said respect for women based on something that he had said in the news.
Right. And then you have another one because President Trump likes to say fake news quite a bit. And you have the juxtaposition with President Obama's photo right here.
Of reading a newspaper, which he did every day. And I think I said something like he never called it fake news even when he was criticized. And he certainly never called the press the enemy of the people.
Right. If President Trump were to see this book and be very critical of this book, what would you say to him about what you've done?
I would say, why don't you tweet about it so to give me some more publicity.
Well, people are loving it. You have 2 million followers on Instagram, and I think one of your most iconic photos is the Situation Room when Osama bin Laden, the mission was to take him out, and everybody has seen this photo around the world. What's it like knowing that your work has been seen globally?
Well, I mean, it's something that you sort of can't, expect. This picture, I think people like this picture for a couple of reasons. One, you've got all the most powerful people in the federal government and our executive branch of the federal government in this room all at the same time. And yet they're monitoring a raid as it happens, and there's nothing they can do to affect the outcome, which I think is why you see all their faces so tense and anxious.
Yeah. What's it like being in a room like that?
It was tense and anxious. I was in there for all 40 minutes while the raid was taking place, and you know, I'm trying to capture the moment, but not disturb what's going on, using a quiet camera. And
when you're taking these pictures, because you take these kinds of pictures, you take the intimate pictures, you take them all, right? Do you ever ask him to move over or pose? These are all candids.
All candid, yeah. I mean, my job is an observer, basically. I did that every day for 8 years, be an observer and record what I see happening, try to make authentic pictures and not, you know, move people
Staging.
around. It's not a staged situation.
Yeah, you've been all around the world. Was there one moment or one iconic picture for you that stands out?
You know, for me, it's always been about the body of work, trying to create the best archive that anybody had ever done of a president. That was my goal. And I'll let other people, you know, say, oh, this is the most famous picture, this is the favorite picture. I've probably got, you know, several hundred that I like.
Right. What picture of President Trump that you've seen, I know you said you would never take any, but that you've seen out there, have you liked or has spoken to you?
The one where he's walking up the steps of Air Force One with the toilet tissue on the bottom of his shoe.
What did that say to you? Can you say it on TV?
No, I wondered how that happened because he was just in the limousine just before that.
Clearly not a President Trump fan.
No.
Yeah.
How often now do you talk to former President Obama?
I see him every once in a while. I keep in touch with him via email or text. I saw him, I think, about 3 weeks ago. It was the last time I saw him.
Because you guys are both in the D.C. area together. What's an email like with him? Is it short? Is it long?
I don't email him that much because I'm sure he gets a ton of emails.
Right.
So
But
only,
it's actually him replying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you get a quick response? If you send a text, how fast does the text come back?
Kind of depends what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's sitting in his office, then maybe right away.
Right.
But if he's, you know, speaking at the University of Chicago,
Yeah.
then he's not going to text me back while he's speaking, right?
Does it go, hey, Pete, how you doing? Something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Pete, thank you so much. Shade is available now, and Anderson's Bookshop is hosting a book signing on Thursday, November 15th at the Community Christian Church in Naperville.